Okay, good. Hilchos Tefilin halacha hey. So we said this is Sif Lamed, the end of Sif Lamed. So we say that's the Chaim de Kedusha are predicated on beginning again, being born again, so to speak, consistently and constantly. So this is Ika Kedusha, this is Ika Kedusha of the Bechoira, Choros Yisrael, that the means that Am Yisrael is Sof Masa Machshavat Chilo, that's in the thought of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So he says that's the reason why Tefillin are speaking of Yitzias Mitzrayim, the Kedusha of the firstborn, and Emunah, that's Yisrael. And this is, and now we hold B'Sif Lamed Aleph. The truth is, everything is one thing. In other words, the actual birth of a Nefesh B'Yisrael, of a Yiddish child, and to cancel out the labor difficulties is mamash b'chinas yisias mitzrayim. Shu b'chinas ha'ilod kanal. Chal shebitel Hashem yisbarach b'chinas kisha ha'ilod al yargas b'chinas mitzrayim. Once HaKadosh Baruch Hu eliminated the labor difficulties, or rather it's more than just difficulties. It's the barrier that stops a woman from giving birth, kiviyachol, by killing the firstborn of Mitzrayim. But this is when power made it difficult, made this. I'm looking for terminology for labor difficulties. Okay, maybe.
Not just pain.
No, it's not just pain. It's not just pain. It's not just pain.
The fact that you can't push it out.
Yeah, it's not just pain. It's not just pain. It's actual difficulties. Actually, it's not complicated. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hardening. It's a hardening process. The power, you made it difficult. You made it hard. He hardened. So this is.
Is that word Hiksha like kufias also like?
Sad, but you're taking us on a different tangent.
Because that's annoying, no?
Oh, that's actually good. Yeah, that's right. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu took away the difficulty of giving birth by killing B'chor Mitzrayim. Power made it difficult. Made difficulties, made trouble, but from sending us from Mitzrayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu killed all firstborn by Mitzrayim. In the time of getting out of Mitzrayim, of the Exodus, which is the essence, which is the aspect of being born as Niskala Amunah Gleisha. This is when the Holy Amunah is being revealed, which is what? Emunah's Chidush Ha'olam. This is the Amunah that the world is actually created. That's the main thing that was exposed there, was revealed there. All the miracles that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did in Mitzrayim, what it did was serve as testimony to the fact that Hashem created the world. The world didn't just, was just there, which was the prevailing theory until that time. So this is Vaken Parmech Mitzrayim Sheini Koso Me'edom Amalek, Par the king of Mitzrayim, whose unique his sustenance is from the essence of Edom Amalek. Shem Kfir Shel Cholapani. That's the heresies of the vacant space. Atzulak Israel Bagolos. They wanted to hold Israel in the Golos. This is the essence of birth difficulties. This is what empower made it difficult. And the crux of the attack against Am Yisrael, that's the greatness of the revelation of the Emunah that Moshe Rabeinu revealed there. Which is in essence the Emunah in the creation of the world. That's the reason why HaKadosh Baruch Hu killed all the firstborns in Mitzrayim, that are emanate from this mitzias of the firstborn, the Sitra Acha, Shem Akfirus, and Imshochem Chal Apone. That's the heresies that come from Chal Apone. In other words, it is, it's like when a person faces certain difficult situations in his life, when he first looks at it, it seems like it's never going to have any solution. Like a person is in money pressure. Doesn't money to cover the bank, doesn't have money this and money that, whatever it is. The thing that actually holds him this crucible is the fact he's never been there before. He doesn't know how to handle this. It seems totally impossible to him. He cannot possibly see a way out. But the minute that he breaks out of it, even once, he knows that it's possible. It seems like it's the end of the world. I won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to solve it. I won't be able to do so. I won't do that. I'm in deep trouble. I'm finished. I'm toast. You go, you start working it out. You get yourself a job, or you get a loan and you repay it, or you work some kind of a deal, whatever it is. Suddenly, you see that that it's workable, that it's doable. So the next time something like this happens, you don't freak out, right? You know that there are specific tools, that are there in order for you to handle the situation. This union of living within nature is exactly such a mind jail. To get out of a certain crucible in your mind, this is Melech Asur Berehatim. The Zohar says a king that is tied up with straps, with ropes. So he says, what is a king tied up with ropes? Zakodesh says, this is the ropes of the mind. We are all prisoners of the limitations of our mind. Now, this is the source of all these, self-help gurus. That they themselves make a lot of money by convincing other people that they can also make a lot of money. How? By positive thinking. They make a very convincing case. That by positive thinking you can do this, and they come out with these kind of notions of unleash the giant within. Not a jolly green giant, but unleash the giant within, like, if you just think positive. The truth of the matter is that it's probably the hardest thing in the world to do, to reprogram your envelope of comfort. And the only way to do so, the only way to really do so, to reprogram your thinking process is through deed. By action, by actually doing it, that's one of the things that he said that work does not give you status, doesn't give you parnasa, doesn't give you money. Because Baruch Hu gives you money. But you see that most people that don't work, they have no money. So what gives? The answer is that they are locked into a mindset of no money. By going to work, they unlock themselves from this state of mind of no money. If you cannot wake up in the morning, a person can't wake up in the morning. Has problems waking up in the morning. Morning after morning after morning after morning. And if he does wake up one morning because something extremely pressuring or important or whatever it is comes up, so bam, he's out of bed in, like in a split second, right? Like, boof, he's out of bed. You're going to Chutz La'aretz, if you go to the airport, wow, about 4 o'clock in the morning. No problem, whatever it is. And then you get frustrated and this, and why can't I get up in the morning to daven, properly, and I'm so lazy, whatever it is. And when things are important, I have absolutely no problem getting up to daven and doing whatever it is that I want, in any time of day and night. Whenever there's an exciting prospect of going to Chutz La'aretz or whatever it is, it's so why do I keep on doing this and keep on happening to me? Well, the answer is that procrastination has many, many reasons. But the point is not this. The point is that just by berating yourself and telling yourself that you're all bad because, you see, when things are really important, then you can do it, huh? The moms of the then you can do it, right? So it's just davening is not important for you. That's the reason why you're not doing it. No, the answer is not that. The answer is that this you can do, this you cannot do. If you have this kind of enthusiasm, this kind of impetus, this kind of stimulation, you're able to do it. When the stimulation level goes down, you can't do it. And if you were as excited about going to daven as you're excited about going to Chutz La'aretz, which the Yitzhak tells that, hey, by all means you should, which, yeah, you should, but you don't. And you don't get there, from the moment go. It's something which is built over for years. The main thing is, first of all, just to cool it down, just to calm the whole thing down. Says, listen, reality is, can you get me a tissue? Reality is what it is. Reality is what it is. The only way that I can actually overcome this is that I cannot overcome it, because Baruch Hu is the only one who can take me out of it. But what I can do is I can be willing for Kadosh Baruch Hu to take it away from me. And that sounds like, what? Come again? I mean, I'm like beating myself up to a pulp for not being able to get up in the morning, or not being able to go to work, or whatever it is that I'm not able. And you telling me I should be working on being willing?
You're saying it's all Hashem's fault? Or?
No, it's not all Hashem's fault. No, it's my fault. The reason why it's my fault is because I'm not willing to let Hashem remove these difficulties from me. The reason because they serve me. Yes, I have to pay with self-esteem. I have to pay with feeling worthless. But there's a payoff on the side. Is that maybe a lack of responsibility? Suddenly I'll be expected to carry the load. You know, being a loser, excuse me for saying this, being a loser has its pluses. People don't expect things from you. They carry you along. The only thing that you need to do is just give up your self-esteem. You know, family gathering, they divide the responsibility. You know, as we said.
I'll bring his Cokes, don't worry.
Right. That's right. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
But that's a very high price. I'd rather just carry my own weight.
The point is that the only way to get out of it is to be willing to for Hakadosh Baruch Hu to take you out of it. And the only way that you can be willing for Hakadosh Baruch Hu to take you, that you can change your willingness. I mean, what, can I go into my mind and start moving the furniture? I don't know how to do this. Well, the answer is you do this by getting up early in the morning, artificially, one day at a time, even if you fail.
You could be doing that for years.
No. You don't have to succeed waking up in the morning. The only thing you have to succeed is loosening the death grip that your mind has on the benefit of not getting up. The only thing that you have to do, you have to cut the knot that the benefit of not getting up has on your mind. You get up in the morning because you want to get up in the morning. You have to put, other people get up in the morning, they actually fall out of bed, they cannot sleep any longer. Okay? And by you, if a bomb explodes on the other side of the door, you get up and just open the window and says, "Come in." You know. But the point is that the way that you loosen the grip of this subconscious benefit is by actively wanting to get up.
When you say benefit, you mean shirking this?
Whatever it is. Listen, we're not getting philosophical here. This is not about psychotherapy. We're not here to go and investigate what those benefits are, whatever it is. They are what they are. The point is, the only thing that you need to do, the only thing that you really need to do, is you need to loosen up the grip that benefit has on you. Maybe where the benefit is not even there anymore. But you're used to it that way. That's the way you are. Your mind, this is the crucible of your mind. This is the ropes, this is the jail of your own mind. To get out of there, to get out of it, the only way that you can get out of jail is by getting out of jail. You just get up and you do it. The reason why you get demoralized and you don't succeed is because you keep on believing that you really have to do it on your own, but you don't. The only thing you need to do, or the only thing that you're accomplishing by waking yourself up every in the morning and actually going there. And when you fail, try it again. And when you fail, you try it again. And when you fail, you try it again. Is you loosen the grip. You loosen the grip that the complex has on you. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu removes it from you, and suddenly it becomes easy. You don't have to fight for this for years. The only thing you have to do is you have to be resolute for a little while. Because it's not the waking up that you have to do. It's take away the mortgage of the not getting up that has on you. You have to get money. You have to come to the bank. You have to go get a loan. You don't want to get a loan. When you get a loan, you have to pay it back. Which means afterwards, you have to run after a loan to pay the loan. And afterwards, sometimes that's what you need to do. If you keep on doing what it is that you need to do, and you try it out, and you try to find ways out of it, but first of all, you need to get up and you need to go and do it. All the moifsim of Moshe Rabeinu in Mitzrayim would not have meant anything if Am Yisrael would not have come out of Mitzrayim. Don't forget, there were the 10 plagues, right? The Sumakas in Mitzrayim. It was already obvious who was the boss of the whole thing, right? But it still would have not left an imprint that Hashem is the Melech Kol Haaretz. If Am Yisrael would have remained in Mitzrayim, then for a short time, if Am Yisrael would have remained in Mitzrayim, it would have remained like a memory, like like 50 years ago, there were these plagues, whatever it is, and people start telling stories about this. What happened? Buildings fell down, and this was amazing, and frogs came out, and dinosaurs came out, and whatever it is, and it rained cars and cats and dogs from the sky, and it would have been garbled, and then 80 years later, somebody would, says, the whole thing never happened. It was just stories, just like the Holocaust never took place. Just forget about it. Never, and it would have been gone. The only way that the proof of Brias Olam, comes properly, is if the process ends up with total success against all probabilities all the way to the end. Take you out of Shibud Mitzrayim, and take you out of Mitzrayim, and bring you to Har Sinai, and give you the Torah, and give you Eretz Yisrael, and building a Beis HaMikdash. Then it is a proof positive for all ages that you're out of there. But only Hashem can take you out of Mitzrayim. You can do what you need to do. You need to take the lamb, you have to shecht it, you have to do this, you have to that, whatever it is, bake matzah. So this is your part of what it is that you need to do. But the only one who can remove slavery from you, and it's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu alone. This is the essence of what Rabbeinu says in the Sicha. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't have taken Am Yisrael out of Mitzrayim, he says, what would have become of Am Yisrael? He says, what would become out of them is there would be like a band of gypsies, nomads that are running around. Because, like what you're saying, that there is no Indian. When he says, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't take us out of Mitzrayim, then us and our sons and our children will still be slaves to Paro and Mitzrayim. So we answered this question once before. How can you say would have been slaves to Paro and Mitzrayim? There is no Paro and Mitzrayim. How can you still be slaves to Paro and Mitzrayim? Have you ever wondered about that? When you read the Haggadah, I'm willing to say it, but there's no Paro and Mitzrayim. How can you be slaves to Paro and Mitzrayim?
Why he died?
Hmm?
Why he died?
You never know. Maybe if it wasn't for the big...
Maybe he didn't
No, but where is Paro? There's no Paro in Mitzrayim today.
Not today.
You're saying that I got it today. If if not only me but my children also, there is no power in
Could
Mitzrayim.
be if there wasn't the big malchus and Hashem Yisroel didn't break the
Yeah, but
malchus.
no empire.
No, it
No empire
remained
lasts
afterwards, way afterwards,
3,000 years. No empire.
way afterwards.
No empire lasts 3,000 years.
No, there was this the Pharaohite system kept on going until Rome. Rome is the one with Cleopatra, and this is they would put an end to the Pharaoh system. Well, many years later, hundreds of years later. But the point is, there is no power now in Mitzrayim. How can I say, in that by the Agoda, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't have taken me out of Mitzrayim, then me and my children would still be slaves to Pharaoh in Mitzrayim.
It has to be mental slavery.
Exactly right. Because if HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't take me out of Mitzrayim, he can take the body out of Mitzrayim. But he cannot take the Mitzrayim out of the Yidden. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took the Yidden out of Mitzrayim, he took also Mitzrayim out of the Yidden. And he said he took a whole generation, 40 years, they all had to die in the Midbar, for a new generation of totally new. Because those that came out of the time were preconditioned. Even, you see, they kept on botching it up. What is this Egel Azov? What is this golden calf? What is this business? You just got the Torah. What are you doing? What is this? Am Yisrael libavtini bechat me'enayich. The Midrash says, you have charmed me with one of your eyes. What should be with one of your eyes? The Midrash says, what do you mean with one of your eyes? He had one eye on Kabbalah Sator, one eye on the Egel. In other words, while you received the Torah, you already had one eye on the Egel. So this is a great indictment of Israel, right? It's a tremendous indictment. While they're receiving the Torah, they're already thinking about Egel Azov.
It's a good thing they don't want to add the Torah.
Beseder, but that's hardly a praise, is it?
I think so. Look where they came from.
So the answer is exactly that. What we spoke about, this envelope of comfort, being a 250 hitter as opposed to a 300 hitter. There were 175 hitters. Suddenly, they came to a house Sinai,
250 is like
and no, 250. They're hitting 400. They had to go to a slum. They had to retreat to where the envelope comes because they are avodim. Even HaKadosh Baruch Hu took them out of Mitzrayim. They had to do something, to so many times we do things when we're so, after a lifetime of, I don't know if failure is the right word, but close to it.
not succeed.
Of inadequacy. Okay.
Or mediocrity.
I mean, not mediocrity. Inadequacy. You feel that I'm not really where it's at. It's like I'm not where there. Whatever it is, when good things happen to you, you're sort of like pulled towards self-assurances that you're still the same good old lovable bum that you used to know. It's like when you have a wound and it heals, it's almost healed, and you want to touch it to make sure it still hurts. You're looking for confirmation that you're still the one that you recognize. You're still within your confounds, the confines that you're comfortable with, your envelope of comfort. You're still good losers. You didn't lose it. The only way to go out of it is for Hashem. Take it away from you. But Hashem is not going to take it away from you just by you crying that you don't want to pay the price for it, while holding for dear life on these defects. You're still holding on it. Hashem, remove it from me. Remove it from me. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to let it go. The only way to let it go is by doing.
You're saying that all that is So Hashem does it in a chesed way, so you let go gradually, not all like strip it all at once.
Because you go through it at once, it won't, you don't have kelim for that. The only thing you need to do is you need to remove the barriers from your will. That's it. So Mimela, you have to understand that for Kodesh Baruch Hu to take out the perspective of the natural world, so well, you know, it's imprinted in people, because people are quote unquote natural beings. The mind is hardwired to think of the world as a natural place. To get it out in the thing, Bria Sa'olam, it has to be only through Yetzias Mitzrayim. The very beginnings of the natural thinking, which is B'chorei Mitzrayim, has to be killed, literally killed, before you can get out of Mitzrayim. And he says, when a baby is born, when a new Jew has to come into the world, the whole nefesh b'Yisrael is galus chodosh v'das chodosh lakiyas mishal. Every single Jew that comes into the world is unique perception and awareness of the presence of Kodesh Baruch Hu in the world, which means your state of mind is a real thing. That's why Rabbeinu was so particular to warn people against inappropriate fantasizing. Because you think it's just thinking, it's nothing, it's not a reality, it's not a real thing. He says, no, he says it is a real thing, and it creates real things. There are real consequences that come out of it. This is Melech Asur Beratim, Rehita de Moicha, the explanation of it is who is being captured with these straps of the mind. What is the flip side? Looking for it from our side of the fence is Melech Asur Beratim, is that I'm a prisoner of my own mind, as we just elaborated at great length, right? But there's another aspect to it, and this is what Rebbe Nosson is saying here. When you are aware of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when your awareness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu grows, the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world grows. We kept on saying that Eke Avaya Eke, is the Tefilin Shel Rosh, when you yearn to get Hashem, and then you get an illumination, and then he says, you take it away, no, that's not what I want. I want to get close to Hashem. This is the madriga of the tzaddikim. The madriga of our madriga is Tefilin Shel Yad. You have yearning, and you have ha'ara, you have illumination, and then it goes away, and you remain with the Munah. With tzaddikim there's yearning, there's a saga, and then there's yearning all over again. So the question is, why bother with illumination, right? Let's just yearn, that's it, finished. If the main thing is all the time to yearn, let that be the name of the game. You're starting with yearning, you're ending with yearning. The tzaddikim take away the mind, the minute they get there, they take it away, they move away from this, and they go to further yearning. Why? So what is this? So what is the Yud Kei Vav Kei doing in the middle? What is the? You understand what I'm asking? Okay. Why did the tzaddikim, when they yearn for Kodesh Baruch Hu, which is a state of Eke, because they yearn for Kodesh Baruch Hu, that yearning is being fulfilled.
Eke meaning I want to be.
Yes. I'm preparing myself for being. I want to perceive HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is longing for HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Then you get the Havaya, which is I am.
That's right. Then you get the Havaya. Then you get HaKadosh Baruch Hu shines to you in a different way. So what do? They put the Moichin and they put it aside, and they go after Hashem again. Why? Because whatever it is I perceive from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is only HaKadosh Baruch Hu according to my perception. It's not HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's just, in my own little box, that's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's much more. So what they do is they put it aside and they yearn all over again.
It's
Okay?
like the example you gave about the 250 hitter. The guy who gets one hit, the All-Star, he's not satisfied with one hit. He wants to get 2 or 3. But the 250 hitter, if I strike out 3 more times, it doesn't matter. I'm already at 250. He's complacent with.
But the question that I'm asking over here, that if the main thing is yearning, the main thing is longing, because the Kadosh Baruch Hu is infinite, right? So the only way that you're really in tune with the Mitzvah of Kadosh Baruch Hu is if you constantly yearn for Him. The minute you get a ha'ara it's a lull in the action, right? So to speak. Right, because the main thing is to keep on going on, Mom, you get it, wow. What's it doing there? What's the benefit of attainment if the main thing, if the name of the game is going after, yearning more and more and more? You understand the question? The answer is that when you get a ha'ara of Kadosh Baruch Hu, when you have a new asana of Kadosh Baruch Hu, Kadosh Baruch Hu becomes a prisoner of your mind. There's quote unquote another chunk of Kadosh Baruch Hu in this world. It reveals a Kadosh Baruch Hu. The saga that you had is a revelation of Kadosh Baruch Hu in this world. It doesn't matter if you have it in your mind afterwards or not. Because Baruch Hu is already revealed. Once it's revealed, it's here. So every new saga that you get in the Likutei is a new revelation of Kadosh Baruch Hu, and the world as in its entirety steps closer and closer to the utter revelation. It's a gilui. That's what he's saying here. He says, "V'chem b'shas hayloda mamish." This is what happens in birth, when a new Jew has to be born, because every single Jewish nefesh is a new revelation, a new das to know He who said, and the world came into being. And he says like this, Kizeh klal. Now you have to say why each one is a new revelation. Kizeh klal, that's a principle. Kadosh Baruch Hu does not do twice the same thing. Moshe Rabeinu and this Rabeinu said, we spoke about it a few times before, Rabeinu said that all the incarnations of the Gilgul Neshamas, Enos HaNeshama Be'atzmo, the neshama that gets incarnated again does not come with the same combination of nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, chido, the way it was the time before. Kadosh Baruch Hu never does twice the same thing. And the neshama does not come down the way it came first. But this neshama with that ruach, or nefesh zeh im ruach zeh, but this nefesh with that ruach, each on a different congregation. So it's a totally new thing. A totally new thing. So whenever a new nefesh Yisrael is being born, a new mental faculty is being created, a new container, so to speak. For the physicists among us, this is akin to energy being congealed into mass through quarks. Right. Now you got it, huh?
Well, I could say so before.
Yeah, I know. When I told now.
So I can say I'm a new person today.
What?
I'm completely new.
That's right.
Ezra.
Yes.
New translation.
Ezra's translating or Yaakov?
Huh?
Who is the translator? Yaakov or the translator of the difficult Ki iker chiyus hanefesh hu haseichel. The main chiyus, the main life force of the nefesh is the seichel, is the mind. Shu haneshama ve'achayus, that's the neshama, that's the life force of a person. B'chinas nishma, nismas, shadai tevinem. The neshama of shadai, that is the thing that gives life. Moshe Rabeinu, there is a new nefesh that's being drawn to the world. That's a new mind. In order to be zoiche, to attain a Kodesh Baruch Hu, to know a Kodesh Baruch Hu, to get acquainted with a Kodesh Baruch Hu, with a brand new acquaintance and realization that never existed in the world before, which gives the Shekhinah a dwelling in the lower world.
Halacha is realization?
Yeah. Kibechol Akora is actually awareness. What to say? Kibechol Doivador, every generation is Galakus is work with Yachadosho. Every single generation, the godliness of Kodesh Baruch Hu is being known, is being revealed in a totally new knowledge and new awareness. Kefia Birurim Shalan Shamash Nizbar Bechol Do. According to the Birurim and the rectifications that every generation accomplishes according, Lefida and the Shamas that exist in that generation. That's the reason why Kodesh Baruch Hu bothers himself. Kodesh Baruch Hu, he keeps the world running from generation to generation. In order to cleanse out the neshamas more and more from the filth of the nachash, from the limitations of the envelope of comfort, as we said before, the temptation, to bring yourself down. So that humanity will know him more and more in every generation. With additional awareness, with additional knowledge, additional realization for the omnipresence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. According to in commensurate amount to the additional rectifications that are accomplished by every generation. This is my name, La'olam. La'olam, it says La'alem, it says the inner of Ne'elam, it says,
Hidden, right?
the hidden,
Concealed.
it should be concealed. The Zich L'dor V'dor, Knesset, Dor L'dor, Nagid Godlecha. Every generation we will tell of your greatness. Telling means revealing, means revelation. Let's go to Likutei Halachos for a couple of minutes. No, just I will just do it one. Well, I decided to sort of like, something. Okay. You twisted my arm. You want to stop this and start it again?